Here's how you can use the OneDrive storage on the iPad. So let me show you the most common ways people utilize it. And if you're new here, most definitely subscribe for similar tutorials and upcoming videos like this one. Okay, so the OneDrive is a cloud storage made by Microsoft. And in order to start using that, we need to have the app downloaded from the App Store. So we're going to go to the App Store and download the OneDrive. And for the first time, we have to sign in with an existing Microsoft account or, create a new one if you have never used one before. But yeah, once you're inside, you get to this page where the app is separated into two different parts. We have the Photos part as well as the Files part. The Photos one is interesting because it works something like the Google Photos or iCloud Photos backup, where if you give it access and allow it, then every single picture you capture with the iPad's camera or everything that appears to be the part of the gallery of the iPad will be automatically uploaded to the OneDrive and backed up, so you have a copy of that on the cloud. Some people like it, some people do not like that, so it's up to you, of course, to decide if you allow it or not, but that is one use case of the OneDrive storage. Personally, I don't like that because I already use it with the Google Photos, but for the other section, the files, it's pretty nice because this allows me to upload any sort of file to this storage. So this is basically similar to the Google Drive or iCloud Drive, but made by Microsoft. For free, we also have 5 gigabytes of storage available, and if you need more, you can upgrade and get more storage. But the usual stuff works here. You just click on the upload, the plus button, and if you have like a PDF file, you can store it in the cloud internet storage or any different file type. As long as you upload it in here, it's going to be part of the OneDrive. So that's how you can use it. One more thing though, a lot of people want to use it within the Apple Files app, which is also possible. Part of the locations, it should automatically appear right there as long as you have it installed as a third-party app. So that's how you can also integrate it a little bit deeper into the iPad itself and use it more productively. So let me know if you now have learned something new, or let me know what you think. Hit the thumbs up if you like the video, and I hope to catch you later in the next videos too.